So you must be delighted with the opening weekend anyway, in general, because...
We were, regardless of whether it was number one or not.
Yeah.
It was a big number, and people really connected with the film, and in a massive way. I mean, it's crazy for the States, and we'll see, and we hope to do the same thing here, because the movie really works, and it works for an audience on a lot of levels, and it doesn't feel like a uniquely American film, hopefully.
Funny is funny. Yeah.
Hangovers happen to everyone.
Especially in Ireland. We all
right.
know that. We all know that. Was there ever a worry, or were we ever worried at one point, because the hype had been starting 2-3 months ago, and people started seeing the movie, and the movie started testing. Were you ever worried, oh God, I hope this really lives up, I hope people really respond to it in the way that I think they can?
Well, not really, and I don't mean to sound, but it's exactly what you said. We were screening it so much, and the responses had been universally so good that we just thought we did have something, and in a weird way the hype kind of helps motivate the studio to market the movie so well and do things, aggressively, and I think it benefited us. I
believe the cast, you went to the president of the studio came to you with a number, says if you can make the money for this much movie, go and get who you want.
Basically, yeah. I mean, the thing about Hollywood and movie making, it is show business, and it is very much about the money. And if you're able to keep the cost down as a filmmaker, you're actually given a lot of freedom. So I took that option just because I thought that's the right way to make this film.
It must be every executive's dream, though, to have a medium-level budget movie hit so big, and expecting word of mouth as well to do really well.
Yeah, and you can never really bank on it, but the good news is when you do a really small budget movie, relatively speaking, they're not going to lose a lot, even if it misses. But when it hits, it can be a really, a great thing.
I know you were 3 months in Vegas. Is that true, filming?
I was there for 3 months. The actors were there a little shorter, but...
So how did you get any work done?
Yeah.
Seriously,
it's hard.
Are directors allowed to have fun on film sets? I thought there was too much stress involved.
A lot. It's funny. I have a lot of friends who are directors, and they're all stressed out. But I never get stressed out, but it might be because I smoke a lot of pot. I don't know.
And you started in documentaries too as well. You started with, it was Frat, a documentary.
Frat House,
One of the first documentaries you did, and then you went from that to Road Trip, from that to Old School.
Yeah.
So you know a thing or two about comedy, obviously.
Yeah.
When you're dealing with these guys, that are obviously very talented guys, but have been playing mostly supporting roles so far, when do you know? When do you know when they click?
It's a good question. You hopefully know before the first day, and you get them together, and you guys hang out a lot. And as weird as it sounds, it's very much about trying to create that chemistry before you start shooting, and really trying to kind of create a friendship between them before we start shooting. And we did that pretty early on with the three of them, and they just clicked, and they're still great friends, and they still hang out. So it's like it became very authentic very fast, and that's when I knew it was going to work.
Because it does look like the guys are pretty much going to explode now on a similar level, perhaps with Vince Vaughn and Will Ferrell, and maybe even Jeremy Piven.
Right.
30 Desert. But there's word in the sequel. The sequel was announced before the film even came out.
That's how much Warner's believed in it. They did announce it, but it was never obviously a reality, and it's still not a reality until we write a funny script and figure out if we can pull it off. But we have some ideas, and we'd love to take another shot at it.
And you've got Old School Part 2 as well, which I know you get asked about in every single interview.
I do.
But people really want to see it.
I know, but the reality is it's been so hard to get those planets to align between Vince and Will, and that kind of, they're on another level now, which is great, but for putting together a movie like Old School Dose, it's very... It might never happen. Let's just say that.
Just expecting that to happen.
I mean, I don't know. It's just I don't want to disappoint people anymore, and right now it's just a hard thing to put together.
So what exactly is coming up for you directly next? Because you've got about 40 movies in development on IMDb, so it's hard to know what exactly is.
IMDb is not the Wall Street Journal.
I know. Believe
kids
me,
just write
I've made that mistake before.
It's not really no, but I don't know yet what I'm going to direct next. But I'm going to just spend the summer writing, and we'll see.
Okay. Well, Todd, thank you very much for speaking to us. I really appreciate it, sir.